Team pick.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel the hype building?
10 seconds.
Now that we're in the grand finals to determine who will be the last team, the 10th team to represent the Americas region in, well, not to represent the Americas region, but to make it into the main qualifiers for a chance to represent the Americas region in Manila for the major event. I'm Niz, and welcome to the cast. We've got a pretty big set of games ahead of us here. We're in a best of 3. Currently game 1. We got FDL, Friendship, Dedication, and Love on our Radiant side, and they're going up against ixmike88 is the name of the team that they're going by in the brackets. Everyone's kind of referring to it as the Ro2 stack. So we're gonna keep calling it that. But I want to start, before we get into talking too much about this, I want to quickly apologize because I actually was understanding, I understood that Pain actually had won that other series and that they were already waiting in the finals. I didn't realize that they were still in the match. So they ended up actually losing that. So it's not Pain in the finals, it's FDL. So I do want to apologize for saying that. I misunderstood. And, well, FDL is here instead of Pain as
Radiant team
well.
ban.
We were led to believe because of my mistake. But our last match was interesting, to say the least. We had Ro2 stack come in and pretty much just dominate. They just dominated. I don't think there's any other word for it. They just came in, won their lanes, won the engagements, made better rotations.
Remaining.
And then just won the games. They won the team fights and they won the game. So,
Radiant team ban.
what happened to Evernova? Because they had been playing so well, and then all of a sudden they get to that series and they're just completely shut down. Is it just Evernova losing steam? Or what was it? I don't know. But maybe, I guess,
10 seconds remaining.
it's got to have been something that Ro2 stack did really well to completely shut them down. So I'm eager to see what's going to happen here. FDL was another one of the big favorites in these open qualifiers. Everyone was kind of expecting them to go really, really far. At the start, I think everyone said Mason stack and Ro2 stack were the 2 big ones. We've already seen Mason stack go through.
10 seconds remaining.
Now we've got Ro2 stack in the grand finals. The other big teams that everyone was talking about, FDL, Evernova, even Lucchini is maybe the 5th, and then you start looking at some of the other teams like Pain and stuff like that are I think a little bit lower down on that list. But those are kind of the big 5 that we have. And now we could very well meet up to kind of everyone's expectations. I think
Radiant team pick.
I think with the one team that we already have advanced in Mason stack, and now these 2 teams, I think we probably have this is actually our top 3. And then it must have been Evernova's is number 4, and then Lucchini is number 5.
10 seconds
But it definitely has made for an interesting event so far, and this is just kind of the start of it, because we're going to be coming to a close here with the open qualifiers as the main qualifiers are starting up in some of the other regions. You know, I'm really excited to see some of that. There's a lot of other casters that are getting a little bit of publicity. You know, Valve put out a schedule for them and gave some of the lesser known casters compared to, you know, the big names like the LDs and stuff like that, lesser known in that regard. Giving them a chance to kind of cast some bigger stage games. So I'm looking forward to see how those guys do, and I hope everyone kind of gives them a chance. So I'm looking forward to that, but I'm also looking forward to see, you know, what our region can kind of show the world. There's going to be a lot of eyes watching these games, and I think for a long time everyone thought, I mean, if you were in Twitch chat, they would say NA Dota what face, right? And everyone kind of thought that NA Dota was just kind of
10 seconds remaining.
Just not good, right? And then all of a sudden EG came along, and everyone's like, oh, wow,
5 seconds remaining.
EG's now the best team in the world. How is NA Dota bad when EG's the best team in the world? And they said, well, it's just EG, everything else below that. And now we've got Complexity stepping up, and I realize Complexity is kind of half European now, but still, Complexity is now stepping up as another team coming out of the NA region. And I think constantly we keep having our players improving and our teams improving, and constantly putting on a show on in kind of the as they get opportunities to play in the bigger stage games. And I look forward to see, what we're going to be able to do in the Americas qualifiers. I look forward to see which team's actually going to go to the Manila Major, and I hope them the best, of course. But I look forward to that, and I hope that everyone kind of gets a newfound appreciation for NA Dota, because it's constantly getting better and better, and I'm really hyped for some of these players. But I went on a little bit of a tangent there, so let's get into talking about the draft. We've got Beastmaster, Doom, Puck, and Sven all been banned out by the Ro2 stack. Bounty Hunter, Slardar, Invoker, and Alchemist were the bans for FDL. The picks now: Witch Doctor, Axe, Death Prophet, and Batrider picked up by FDL. Nature's Prophet, Oracle, and Lion were the picks for the Ro2 stack. And you take a look at Ro2 stack's lineup. If you were 686, yeah, I think that's reasonable. Those heroes. Not that out there. Take a look at FDL's lineup and you say, okay, wait a second. This kind of doesn't make sense. We kind of started to see the rise of the Axe and it getting picked as kind of we see the rise of the position 4, the greedy position 4, and jungler kind of rising in popularity. Death Prophet, everyone kind of thought it was a bad hero, and it wasn't really good, but we've seen it played quite a bit. Batrider as well, it's kind of come and gone. He come and gone for a while. As
5 seconds.
I still think Batrider is very strong. We saw Matthew playing it earlier for Lucchini, and he was getting some good pickoffs work, but there's always some great counterplay there as well. And look to see if FDL is going to be able to get those pickoffs. They've also got an Axe as well. Blink Taunt is good for picking off people as well. So they'll look to set up some kills and play a more gank-oriented game with their lineup. But on the back of that, they also do have some strong push potential. Batrider and Axe can both wipe waves very, very quickly. Death Prophet as well can wipe waves quickly. That's actually really hard to say. And Death Prophet, Exorcism. If you still have Exorcism off like a small engage, then you're going to be able to push towers very, very quickly. Of course, even without that, you're still going to be able to push towers quickly because, like I said, you wipe the wave out so quickly, and you might even have your Exorcism still running, the remnants of it, towards the end of a fight, so you can push towers if you're on the offensive, which I think is very well possibility of FDL to play a more aggressive style game. And I think looking at Ro2 stack's lineup as they now add on a Slark, they're going to be play a more defensive, avoid and farm kind of style, and I'm hesitant to say that because they do have some strong gank potential. Slark can always roam around, especially if the Lion's there. He can be there with a strong amount of CC. Nature's Prophet is always there with his global teleport, and even if he doesn't want to show up, he can still throw the Wrath of Nature. So they've got some roaming and ganking potential there as well. But I do like them if they go a little bit later, because I think FDL, all their heroes kind of peak at a point in the game. And if they don't have something that's going to allow them to go really, really late, that team's just going to fall off. And we're seeing an example of that as the Anti-Mage gets banned out by Ro2 stack. They don't want FDL to get a hero that's going to allow them to go late, because their 4 heroes are so strong in the mid game. And they're going to be able to dominate the game in the mid game, and that creates so much space for a really hard late game carry. So we still have Spectre left in the pool. I wonder if they're going to pick that up. I'm not maybe the biggest fan of Spectre in this situation, but we'll see what they choose to go with. As Shadowfiend was the other ban, by the way, by FDL. Queen of Pain's going to be the mid pick for the Ro2 stack, and I like that as well. It's another strong mid game and mid game hero that's going to allow them to kind of go up against FDL in that mid game when FDL's 4 heroes that they have picked so far are really going to shine. And that's, I don't want to sell Ro2 stack's roster or lineup short in the mid game, because they do have a lot of potential. Slark strong, very, very strong. He comes online a lot earlier than I think a lot of people give him credit for. But then he also scales late as well. But we're going to see him go up against a Morphling. So this is actually our second Morphling that we've seen. We saw it get played in that Game 2 against Evernova. But it was played by the Ro2 stack. And now we're going to see FDL picking that one up. And Morphling going up against Slark. It's going to be an interesting one for sure. I just got to the moment where I said NA Dota what face, and I'm just watching chat go off right now. Thank you guys. I love you guys. Even though there's only 2 of you that actually did the NA Dota what face. I see some foreheads. I see some broke backs. I still love you guys. Just waiting on the final 2 hero players to choose their heroes. There we go. We jump on into the game, and we get a pause. There's obviously someone's AFK here, but we'll wait for them to reconnect before we go and introduce the teams and the players, as Timbersaw is giving us the googly eyes in chat there. I can't say it enough. Shout out to Bonsai. He's really stepped up and been pretty much 10 out of 10. Perfect example of a good admin. So I'm seeing it also being asked in chat, which one's Bisa, which one's Ritsu. I'll introduce the players as we get there. If you guys are listening on Dota TV, I am streaming on twitch.tv/NizCast, so that's where I'm talking about when I'm talking about the chat and the NA Dota what face. But yeah, if you guys want after the game or during the game or whatever you care to, really, hop on over to the channel, hit me up with a follow, but also, give me a little bit of feedback in Twitch chat if you've got any, so I can try to improve my casting, as it's a constant work in progress, as I do have a lot more stuff that I'm working on casting as well, so any kind of feedback that I get now can just further improve those casts, and hopefully even improve maybe the casts of the rest of the games that we're going to have here tonight. If you don't want to use Twitch chat, you can also hit me up on Twitter at NizCast as well. You can tweet at me. I see the Qualifiers Oracle at Dota2 Qualifiers. I've got it on my overlay in between games. It's a kind of a group that is going to be retweeting out and tweeting the kind of stuff about who's casting and what. So if you want to follow that, that's always good for any kind of open qualifiers. We're going to be covering that. I think we might even be covering the Summit 5 as well. So if you're interested in watching the open qualifiers for that, we're going to be doing that as well. But we've resumed, so let's get into it. We've got a best of 3 here in the grand finals for the America's Open Qualifiers Middle Major number 2. And winner of this goes on to be team number 10 in the main qualifiers. Loser, unfortunately, that's the end for them. But on our Radiant side, we're going to have Team FDL, Friendship, Dedication, and Love. We've got Stan King playing the Witch Doctor. CC and C is going to be playing the Death Prophet. Bean, or Bisa, is going to be playing the Morphling, and those are 4 GG branches. He's set for a good game. I look forward to that. We've got Franz playing the Axe, and MJW is going to be on the Batrider. As for our Dire side, it's ixmike88 in the brackets. People are referring to it as the Ritsu stack. And we've got Buryu playing the Lion for them. Boris, who had 2 fantastic games on Slardar against Evernova, he's going to be playing the Nature's Prophet. Kushu is actually Justin, if you remember the player Justin from eHug. If you've been kind of disconnected from the scene, that's the same Justin. He's going to be playing the Queen of Pain. We've got Elmo, played by Oracle. I've heard good things about his Oracle, so look forward to that. And I just like saying this. 124-312-412-421-421 is Ritsu. And he's going to be playing the Slark. People are calling a battle of the ages. We got Ritsu versus Bisa. Ritsu stack versus FDL. Ritsu stack, or ixmike88 versus Friendship, Dedication, and Love. Whatever you want to call it, it's the grand finals. And here we go. Our lanes. Nature's Prophet in the offlane. Looks like Oracle's going to be with them, at least to start. They're going to be going up against Morphling and Witch Doctor. Our mid lane is going to be the Death Prophet versus the Queen of Pain matchup. We've got a position 4 Axe sitting in the jungle. And then the off lane is going to be the Bat Rider. He's going to be going up against the Slark and the Lion. Oh, we got Siphon Soul getting used here by CCNC in the mid lane. Justin getting quite low. Gets down to about 100 HP. It's the only action we've had, or only lane that we've had action in so far is MJW now getting wrapped around on by Buryu. Gotta be careful with those tar stacks. Now he's gonna stun him up, but he's gonna be on the run, especially with the creep wave coming. So MJW will get a little bit of revenge here with the 1, now 2. Might even get 3 auto attacks in. No, just the 2. Justin's still pretty low on HP here in the mid lane. 140 HP. Does have that 1 tango, so he's going to use it. Still has a Fairy Fire as well, and the Courier is coming in, delivering a healing salve, which should tie him over until he gets his bottle, but gets hit with another swarm there from the Death Prophet. Bounty Rune's going to get picked up in the bottom location. We do have a haste spawning in the top, but MJW is in trouble in the top. He's been latched onto from the pounce. Buryu stunned him up for a bit. He's going to be okay. 270 HP. It's Boris and Elmo. Continue to put pressure on this bottom lane. Is Bisa trying to farm?
Denied.
It's up. Well, Cass going to fly out, stun up Boris, but it's not going to bounce anything. It's just a little bit too far away from those creeps. He's going to spawn some Trents, and they're going to get some good right clicks in on Bisa here. So he goes down to just over 100 HP. Meanwhile, Justin, he's already used his healing salve in the mid, is once again on somewhat low HP, 266. He's going to go and pick up that haster, and mainly just to deny it from the Death Prophet, and I guess in some parts, just kind of pray that it was a refresh, or a regen. Not going to be the case for him. As, oh, get a little bit of stutter there. Hopefully the players didn't feel that. I did, but hopefully it was just on my end. MJW's going to come back. He's already stacked this up. Now he's going to tar it up 5 times and drop the Firefly. It's very, very hard to really shut down a Bat Rider in the top lane. Because especially with the addition of this creep wave, he's always going to get farm in the top lane. And even still, if you come and contest this, then he can just go in jungle, which is a little bit hampered by the fact that they actually have a position for jungle axe. Is Justin? He's living life on the edge. He's getting very low, but I do want to point out that he's not freaking out. No, I'm not freaking out because he knows. He knows how hard the swarm hits, and he's not going to die to just a random swarm unless he kind of mans up. But he's gone for a little bit of a trade here, and it's brought CCNC's HP down a little bit. Now he's going to get a bottled up bounty rune, and unfortunately, Justin's not going to have access to the bottom rune. With Buryu down in the bottom lane, they're going to look to set something up, but Bisa playing very, very safe. Stan King also way down here.
Dire's middle tower
Justin,
is under
man,
attack.
he just can't get off that low HP. He's constantly bottle crowing. I wonder if he's gonna, yeah, he's gonna bring another healing salve. But it's been pretty quiet so far. There's been, I mean, a little bit, but not really much battle between these two. I think they're saving it for a little bit later on. We'll quickly bounce around and look at the lanes. Obviously, we've been seeing Justin on very low HP in the mid lane, and it's hurt him. Because CCNC sitting at 28 and 11 CS, and Justin, he's at 15 and 5. So already, we've got advantage for the Queen of Pain and for FDL, at least in the mid lane. MJW, he's got 8 CS out of the top lane. He's going to get a little bit here as he gets some of the neutrals. But for the most part, we're looking at his XP as he's... Oh, we got action in the mid lane, actually. Because there's a wraparound here on CCNC from Elmo and Buryu. The TPs are going to come in. They've committed for this. Boris is even going to TP in next to the tower. And we got a little bit of lag. And Boris, he's still running. He's still alive. He's going to turn around, get a sprout off Franz. Going to eat the tree. He keeps wanting to chase. He's getting very low, and now he's as low as you get. 6 feet under. As the axe has gone down. Rip. Now Bisa rotates in, and I don't know what the game plan is here. He's going to try to get the kill onto Buryu, but... I mean, I guess just excuse me if I'm a little confused about that play. I didn't see how that was ever going to work out for him. Ever. Like, it was looking like maybe he was going to be able to get a kill there, but he was never going to get out of there after he had already committed to it. Weird play. Definitely a weird play. He obviously read the situation completely different than I did. And obviously, I guess, read it wrong or whatever. It was a weird play. It was a weird play. But either way, Ro2 stack will gladly take it. They're now ahead. 3 kills. And Bisa's sitting at 29-2. 30-2, now 31-2. So he's already 12 CS behind the Ro2 in the other lane. The other farmer on the other side. Let's take a look back at mid. CC&C sitting at 39-16 CS. And Justin once again on very low HP. This time he's going to go all the way back to the fountain. He's sitting at 21-5. So we've had a couple kills go the way of the Ro2 stack, but mid definitely not going their way. But their safe lane is. They're winning out on the farming war in the early game, at least, between the 2 hard carries. A lot of pings come out. They're definitely trying to set something up in the top lane here, trying to wrap around on MJW. Buryu's going to get the stun off, followed up by a Hex, but he's going to get close to his tower, so they're not going to commit to that. Pinging out the Observer Ward. They already had their own Observer Ward, so it's easy to spot that stuff. Eight minutes in, still pretty quiet. Well, CC&C
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
going on him now. Boris going to TP on in, get the sprout off. CC&C is going to go down. 4th kill on the board now for Ro2 stack. Still haven't got one for FDL. They might get one here. They're going to get a taunt off onto Boros. Cass going to come in. It's going to bounce to the Trent. It's not going to bounce back, but they don't need it, as they're going to chop off the head of that Nature's Prophet. MJW now getting stunned up as he was trying to pursue Buryu and Elmo. And now Franz leading the way for them. Tower's going to be attacking the axe. It's probably the targets they wanted on. Justin coming in from behind, but oh no. Both supports have just gone down, as it's now 3-4 as FDL climb their way back into this in terms of hero kills, at least. Ro2 and Justin looking like they want to get a kill here, but they're going to have to do it into 4, and that's going to be a little bit too risky. And now it's 5 as CC&C's come in as well. But somehow, Justin finds a way back at low HP. See, hits 124 HP, and he's got an empty bottle, but Elmo's going to TP to the mid lane, pass him his bottle, and give him the free charge and pass back the bottle.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Also going to heal him up in the process. We're 9 minutes and 20 seconds into this one. We had split pushing coming in from Boris. Not really split pushing, but taking advantage of the fact that there was a rotation away from the bottom lane. From FDL. They had 5 heroes on the mid lane. And before the 10-minute mark in the game. Which isn't something you see every day, but the opposing team sends the heroes, you got to send the heroes too. Now we see Franz TP to the mid lane and do the same thing with the bottle with CC&C. Speaking of Franz, he's at 1,500 gold right now, getting close to that Blink Dagger.
Money changes hands.
What about Boris? Just this phase. We've seen a lot of the Nature's Prophet also going with Windlash as well. Scan getting used by Ro2 stack in the Radiant jungle, so that they know about any kind of rotations coming in. Because now we're going to have a rotation from Justin as he's going to come down towards the bottom lane. Sonic Wave off cooldown, as they're going to look to get a kill here on Bisa. Do they have enough, these two, to kill the Morphling? Justin going to jump in, Scream of Pain, let the waveform away.
Radiant's top tower
MJW's doing a little forestry here as he's flying on in with the Firefly. He's going to find Boris. Latch onto him with the lasso, and that's going to allow Bisa to get some right clicks in and then a wave for him. But yeah, he's gotten very, very low. He's going to morph to try to stay alive as a sonic wave. Almost finished him off, but Justin not able to finish the kill there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And MJW on low HP might be vulnerable here, but the restoration, the voodoo restoration from the Witch Doctor will keep him alive. There's that blink dagger that we were talking about, getting picked up by Franz.
Tower is under attack.
So look for those big blink initiates. Ritsu's elected to go with a Midas.
Warriors of the wood.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, Boris did pick up that wind
Dire's
lace.
structures are
They're
fortified.
pushing the bottom, and they've got even more heroes coming with them. Both the supports are rotating down as well. And Buryu and Elmo are going to smoke up
Radiant structures are fortified.
and at least control the bottom rune area. They have been circled on the minimap by the Radiant side as scans now getting used by FDL, indicating that there's a rotation coming in from some heroes and that they're smoked because otherwise they would have seen it from their observer ward. But the tier 1 tower goes down in the bottom lane. Doesn't look like we're going to have any other battle between the two teams. MJW at 730 gold. He's gone for drums first. Still with brown boots. Probably going to save for his blink now.
Come.
Got a lot of heroes here on the side of the Ritsu stack. Just kind of grouping up. I was wondering if they were maybe going to go for a smoke gank because Ritsu's here as well. But no, I think they're just coming together and being safe, I guess. A bunch of back and forth there from Ritsu. A little bit of an indecision. As I guess he's got a little bit of space. 6.3k net worth. As he's our leader right now. Then it's a couple heroes on the side of FDL. We've got CCNC at 4.6. That's Franz at 4.1. And Bisa at 4k as well. I might get a little bit more as they've smoked up. They're going to try and come in behind the tier 1 tower in the top here. Where Bisa's pushing. Elmo's the only one from Ritsu stack that's anywhere nearby, and he's hiding in the trees, and now MJW's found him. He's going to fly over him, and now he's finally going to use the lasso, and Elmo, rip, he's dead.
Structures are fortified.
Looks like Shadow Blade's going to be the pickup for Slark. He doesn't have it yet, just has the Shadow Amulet. Siphon Soul, CCNC. He wanted that kill on Justin, but Buryu had other plans as he comes in from the side with the stun, then the finger bang.
Dire's top tower is falling.
Uproot and after them.
So that tier 1 tower goes down in the top lane. Still this... We're still waiting for the big fight that's really going to blow this game open. And you know what? It might not even be the next one. But we're waiting. Still haven't really seen a blink axe or a blink taunt from the axe yet since he got his blink dagger. I don't think they really want to force anything too much until they've got the blink up on the Bat Rider as well.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Are they just going to get this tier 1 tower for free? They're, Ritsu stacks in and a few heroes in now, and here we go. They're going to get there in time at all. CCNC's committed for it, and it's going to cost him. The Oracle tries to keep him alive. Now the Death Ward doing some damage as the Witch Doctor throws the cask and look at it go. That's what I'm trying to say. Either way, it's not going to work for him. Stan King's going to go down. Franz went down as well, and that's 3 hero kills. Go in the way of the Ritsu squad. Because now they're probably going to be able to push this tier 1 tower as well. Justin now picking up drums. There we go. The tier 1 tower goes down as Ritsu's on the hunt. I was talking a little bit about how, mid-game looking pretty strong for FDL, but don't sell Ritsu's stack short on their strength in the mid-game. Slark comes online a lot earlier than I think a lot of people give him credit for. And Ritsu's being very aggressive on the map, going for those ganks. And it seems to be working out for him. Another scan being used, so they know where FDL is, and with us having our first fight that's kind of blown this game a little bit open, let's take a look at our gold graph and see where we stand. And yep, it's been pretty close. It was slightly advantage for FDL for a bit there, as I think that kind of goes with what we saw with the laning phase. You know, they clearly won mid. They lost out a little bit on their safe lane farm, but they won mid, as Justin was really struggling there. And then, of course, that last fight really just kind of turned everything up on its head, as we now have a lead for the Ro2 squad at just over 3,000. XP looking pretty similar as well. Not quite as much, but pretty similar. With the smoke, it's not really going to go and achieve much. They used a scan so that they know there is a hero there. All these players playing pretty tight together. You're not really trying to or wanting to risk anything. Well, they're going to go for a smoke. 4-man smoke. Ping's coming out. They know that it's coming. Buryu has already pinged it and indicated it on the map that where they're going and that they're coming. As Ro2 was leading the way, and he's going to find him. Stan King's going to go down. I think I just said Buryu, but Stan King was the one indicating that. But he still gets caught, because he was actually indicating that they were going to go into the Radiant jungle. He was right. They just came to a different part. There we go. Blink Dagger now picked up by the Bat Rider. So MJW's got his Blink. Might even use it here if he was able to catch Boris, but now he's a little bit too far. Beast is here, and they're both gonna... He's gonna wave for him forward. They're both gonna try to TP out, and they're both gonna be successful. And they had to, because Elmo, Buryu, and Justin were coming in from behind. If they didn't TP out in that moment, they were pretty much dead. Yule Scepter getting picked up by CCNC. We've yet to see really either of these mid heroes really have an impact on this game right now, as CCNC is sitting at 0-4. And I don't know Justin's record, but it's 2-0-5, but it hasn't felt that way. It has not felt that way. It's definitely Justin was struggling in lane, to say the least. He was up against the ropes, and the towel was almost all but thrown in there. But he found his way back in. He made some rotations, and you know, the first couple, when he came down to bottom lane, he just wasn't able to get some kills there. But since then, he's gotten on the board. He's been a part of some kills for his team. He's not running over the game as a snowballing Queen of Pain, but he's getting himself back in the game.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
4-man smoke. FDL is going to invade their own jungle, and they're going to find Ro2. They're going to get the Blink lasso off, bring him back, and it's a dead Slark. Justin throws in the Sonic Wave, but they're just going to have to back as they're engaged from the side. Really nice stun from Buryu, and it's going to allow them to get 2 kills. What a play. Elmo now is on the run. He is dead. Eventually. Right? Yeah, he's dead.
Wait for it.
To who, though? To Bat Rider. So advantage still ends up being FDL on that engage. And, you know, they were the ones who smoke ganked into it. Or smoked into that play. Gives them about 1,400 gold swing there. XP is decent as well. But I want to point out this stun. Buryu is right here. The heroes were chasing this way, and he positioned himself there. He knew that was the play he was going to go for. Just wait. Throws out the stun, gives them 2 kills because Justin re-engaged from the right side on them. Just perfect play there. Nice, really nice play from Buryu. We can see after the whole fight played out that it didn't really work out for them in the long run, but in that individual play inside that engagement was pretty spot on by Buryu. You know, Justin is going to add on a blade mail. That's going to be flying in on the courier. Buryu's up to 1,200 gold. So about just over halfway to his Blink Dagger. We've got the Silver Edge on Ro2. He's sitting at 900 gold. Elmo with your typical support stuff. Already pointed out the Blade Mail on the Queen of Pain, and we've got 2,900 gold up on Boris. And he's got a Robe of the Magi. Got a smoke here from FDL as they're moving into the Dire jungle. The Witch Doctor's leading the way. It's mainly just to place a ward. Now Franz will lead the way. He's got his Blade Mail as well as his Blink. MJW, Blink, 1,700 gold. CCNC's picked up an Ogre Club. And Beast is there as well with his Lincolns. Here's the engage. MJW jumps in, gets a lasso, and oh my goodness, they're just dying so fast. We've already had 2 heroes dead. Justin engages from below with the Sonic Wave. As Ro2 gets very low, but he's able to pounce away. As CCNC with that Exorcism up, doing a lot of damage, and once again, another great initiation. This time, though, it didn't work out for FDL. They engage, they get 2 very quick kills. But then all of a sudden, they just start losing heroes left and right, and I think a lot of it had to do with Justin coming from below and just throwing out the Sonic Wave up into them.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's only 1 extra kill, but still. I mean, they killed Bisa, which is the big one, right? You get the kill on the Morphling, it only costs you your 2 supports. It's a big, big win. On top of that, I mean, you get 1 of their supports, but you also get the Bat Rider, so you're trading up on 2 of those kills. We're going to try to get Roche, and yeah, it doesn't look like their FDL is going to try and come and contest. And with Buryu and Elmo here as well, it's a full 5 from the Ro2 stack. As Roche is about to go down, and I imagine Slark's going to pick it up. So Aegis is up on Ro2. So a couple pings have been coming out from Buryu. He was kind of indicating to push the bottom tier 2 because then he pinged up to the top that they were making, the Radiant side was making a play, and it was scouted by this Observer Ward. Looks like he's the only one who went bottom by him, and he's down there by himself. Is Ro2 hunting here? He's going to find MJW. He's going to try to TP away. He will be successful. 160 HP. CCNC TP's away from Boris as well.
I'll take that.
And because MJW didn't die, he's able to pick up his Boots of Travel. Otherwise, a death there would have set him back a little bit. CCNC up to 1,400 gold now. Still just sitting with that Ogre Club. What about Buryu? 1,900 gold. Blink Dagger's getting closer. We saw him do work with that Lion Stun on the Lion. And only imagine what he's going to be able to do with a Blink. Boris. Dead.
Axe kills you.
Obviously missed the start of that. No, we saw the end. That means we didn't miss it, right? T-Tours, right, please?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Now pushing the bottom is Ro2 just charging past the tower. He has been all over CCNC this game, not giving him any space whatsoever. And it's kind of been the complete opposite for Justin. CCNC has been all over him. So bullies are bullying bullies.